2023. Another year is coming to its end and I'm still a fucking goddamn virgin. And in my opinion, it was a pretty good year for gaming so far. We got some good exciting games where we can actually customize the details on our penis. And some incredibly disappointing game where we can't customize the details on our penis. Sad. I'm sorry, let's be serious here guys. Can we also customize vagina? 2023 thus was a pretty good year for gaming, but every good things have its defect. And yeah, we got some trashiest game ever. Wait, what is trashiest? Well, it doesn't mean anything. My English is broken like your bank balance. So, here we are at the top 10 disappointing or trashiest game in 2023 so far. So let's begin. Forspoken. This is a game where it does everything wrong. You name it. Story, open worlds, level design, quest, everything here was just there by force to made it look like it's a game. Only thing which gave me orgasm in first few minutes was its gameplay. Dude, it looks so sexy and advanced that I thought it would stand out. And I love these kinds of game where you can cast some kind of Avada Kedavra from your hand. But the longer I played it, the harder I realized how developer fucked up the whole game by repetitive missions and some lame ass cutscenes. At some point, I literally shouted, just stop overacting. The dialogues were so lame that I just couldn't get into it. The whole game was definitely fucked up. However, some things were good too, like overall gameplay loop, combat mechanism. I personally liked it, but it was just another low to mid category game which you can easily ignore and regret ignoring it. Next is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Last week I was really excited about the cake which my grandma promised me for, and I waited a whole week for it. But unfortunately it was really bad when I tried it. It was half baked and it was definitely not like how my grandma makes. Surely she is getting old, but I didn't like the cake, so I did what I must. Rated the cake 5 out of 10. Yeah, I'm cruel. And this didn't happen. It was just a story I made in 3 minutes. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre shares the same formula. We waited for it so many years and what we got is not overcooked or burnt cake, but half-baked game. Nothing in the game seems complete. The animation was repetitive, the dialogues, overall story was milked the shit out of it. And I was so burnt out playing my 22 hours of gameplay that I would rather eat my grandma's cake. Not, I think in a few years the game might improve, unless the game will eventually die. So what we have learned? Always prefer your girlfriend's cake over your grandma's cake. Peace. The next game is Redfall. Phew. Where do I start? I don't wanna hate this game because the creators behind this game also created masterpieces like Dishonored, Deathloop and Prey. Prey is not a masterpiece, but you got my point. Redfall looks perfect. It doesn't pretend to be a realistic and high-end game, as it shows what it really is. I really like this style of the Redfall. Oh man, I like the co-op game more than my grandma's cake. But, so I should just say it, this game is straight up trash. The overall world is so empty, some enemies variety are good, but the narrative, gameplay, combat etc. are so mid, and I personally don't like it. I would rather play Souls game with a broken sword. The next game in this list is Minecraft Legends. Minecraft Legends tries its best to appeal to multiple different audiences, I don't know why. The main problem with Minecraft Legend is that its tactical gameplay is unfocused and likely to alienate gamers who have spent more times with polished strategy games. Instead of putting players into the position of God overseeing the battlefield, the game inserts the player character into the action, but that greatly limits your strategic options in practice. It's like I'm playing Minecraft but with a lot of restrictions. It's like I'm not even playing Minecraft after all. It took away all the good element of Minecraft like free roam and complicated and deep building mechanics. Minecraft Legends can introduce a new audience to the RTS genre, but considering gamers are advising each other to avoid the title, there's not much hope for that either. Moving on to our next game, Wanted dead. The story follows an elite police team murdering its way through zombies in the streets of Hong Kong. Despite the amount of time the game dedicates to showing the squad working with each other, don't expect to walk away with a new favorite fictional character. The main good part in the game is nothing. I can be a little rude here, but the lack of story is covered with goo gameplay and vice versa. But in the game, everything is wrong and boring. NPC AI are unpolished that it just doesn't stand any chance in 2023 standard. Next up is Crime Boss Rockery City. What's especially bizarre is that this game is currently in early access, and the only way to play is to pay money for special access pass, and for each console you have to purchase a fresh pass. I mean, this game is already trying to open its way to earn money in early access. There's nothing wrong with it, but the gameplay doesn't stand out. Characters all have individual special moves to use during races, which adds some nice variety, but repetitive tracks hold back the pleasure of that invention. The cards themselves handle particularly well and can be fun to use, but considering all the baggage the game has and the fact that currently only PS5 players can enjoy 4% split screen, there are so many better options out there. Hopefully the full version of the game will feel more worth players' time. Next is Donkey Dash. This single player arcade game provides nothing new, nothing you haven't tried before, and overall gameplay is heavily priced for what it provides. This game is just another cheap mobile looking game. Next is I'm gonna get a lot of hates for this, Atomic Heart. The reason why this game is so high on this list doesn't mean that this game is a total disappointment, but the reason is actually opposite. This game had a really good potential, and I personally like these type of new idea and creativity in games. In 2023, Atomic Heart is one of the few games which I would place on my precious game list, though I don't have these types of lists. So you would be wondering why the hell I dropped the game in this list. Well, the answer is simple. All good features and creative new ideas. New and amazing looking game made our expectations high, very high. But as you progress through the game, you would notice some minor but serious issues. Like this game is open world Bioshock and Dishonored but more beautiful. The gunplay feels repetitive after playing over 10 to 15 hours. The story, oh god, it just doesn't end well. And most people complain that this game is very sexually aggressive. Like for majority of people discovered this game from this scene. But yeah, please let us know what do you guys think about this game. Number 2 is no doubt the worst reviewed game of 2023 with a Metacritic score of 38. Yeah, you guessed it right, The Lord of the Ring Gollum. God, this game makes me sick just by looking at it. How can you even tell this is released in 2023? There are games like GTA which still looks playable even after 10 years. And here you have Gollum, did it in reverse. It looks 10 years older. Everything about this game is wrong, trash, and oh god, I have to vomit, sorry. I love Lord of the Rings. No, I live on Lord of the Rings. I played Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, and I wanted a game like this in my life. And yeah, now I don't want it anymore. Well, on a serious note, if you actually want to know what this game did wrong, then this is just a Gollum simulation for 12 hours. This game is a stealth focused game, and the worst part of this game is, yeah, you guessed it right, stealth. Well, moving on and yeah, again, gonna get a lot of hate for this, and it's none other than Starfield. Now don't get me wrong, I love Bethesda and I actually like Starfield, but the reason why Starfield is so high, I mean on the top of this list, is exact as Atomic Heart. People waiting for this game from like 2014, they were so excited for this game that Bethesda lover thought this game would deliver some generation gap and groundbreaking feature, but definitely, as we all know how it went, this game is still running on Skyrim engine. Though I have to mention that Starfield is one of the best and biggest Bethesda game, as the story is so out of the box, gameplay and the world. I mean, the whole universe is so big that even if I played it for over 80 hours, I still haven't scratched the surface. There are people out there with over 1000 hours who dropped their review and they felt like Starfield is an excellent game, but deep inside we all know that we just wanted something different. This is Bethesda we are talking about, and we all know why we love Bethesda, why we still love Skyrim and New Vegas. God, I still got goosebumps by thinking about those Megaton City. If you still didn't get it, then here's an example. Think of a Superman. He's strong, calm and protective. He saved hundreds of lives every day. And imagine a plane is going crashing and people expect Superman to lift the plane just like we see in the movies. Well, that's not how it works. Physics won't allow it. Homelander was right. This feat is impossible in normal circumstances. So definitely people will get disappointed by Superman no matter how he explains it to them, because the expectation bar is very high. With all these high expectations bar, I feel like Starfield was the most disappointing game in 2023, but I still love this game. So this was my list of the game which disappointed me in 2023, but tell me in the comment section which game disappointed you and which game do you think doesn't belong to this list. Comment down your answers below and I will see you in the next one.